for Frodo.
The names. Strike-Guard, Lightherder.
Lady Celestria.
Together we are Celestial Strike. Woo! Welcome back. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
But we are back. And we're back to talk about this Lord of the Rings
Just
in effing set.
Just
Golly,
in time.
It is freaking about that time, baby. So, yes, lots of fun things going down. We'll actually be live on YouTube streaming later, like real soon, right after we record this. So make sure you check us out, like and subscribe to the channel, and don't miss any of that. We have a lot of fun in our little peeps community there, and we also have a Discord. So check all of that in the link below. But without further ado,
adieu.
Let's talk about today's topic, Aragorn, the Uniter. So this one really caught my eye when they first started spoiling all of this Lord of the Rings set. And I was like, this might be my new favorite commander, right? So here's the deal. It cost ink, which means red, green, white, blue. So 4 total for a 5/5 legendary human noble. Lots of flavor here. Ready? Whenever you cast a white spell, create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token, right? Whenever you cast a blue spell, scry 2. And remember, that one, we'll be back to that later. That will be on the test. Whenever you cast a red spell, Aragorn the Uniter deals 3 damage to target opponent. And then when you cast a green spell, target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. So,
Yowzas.
So here's the deal with that. You would say, oh yeah, +4/+4, that's really good, right? The thing with those, and I'll pull it back up, these are stackable, right? This isn't like there's nothing that says once per turn. There's nothing that says, oh, this maxes out after a certain thing. So if you play 2 green spells, and there's a lot of multicolored spells in this deck too that we'll get into. But essentially, when you play that multicolor, let's just say you played green white, you're gonna get to do both things. So you'll get to make a token and give something +4/+4. So the possibilities are quite literally endless.
Endless.
And it's for Frodo, damn it. So
Frodo.
I mean, we're obviously gonna pull out the stops from my dog Frozy. So we like to kind of do it in a particular order. So first things first, let's talk about a few of the artifacts that I want to throw up in here, and just kind of go from there. We used to do it to where we'd roll through the ramp and roll through all of the things and the mana dorks. That's in the description below, so you don't have to, we don't need to tell you all those things. It's more just, and it's also subjective.
Hitting the hot spot.
Yeah, so we're going to get a little more lean and mean with it. So, with artifacts, first things first, a little Swiftfoot Boots, and this is for Commander Protect,
Protect.
So for a 2, you put it out there, and then when you equip it, your equipped creature gets Hexproof and Haste. Both of those things are great, especially the Hexproof gets some protection. Then we got Spear of Heliad. It is a 1 and 2 white. You get that a legendary enchantment artifact. Creatures you control get +1/+1. And then here's a fun one too. If you pay the 1 and 2 white again and you tap it, you can destroy target creature that dealt damage to you this turn. So it keeps them a little on their toes when they come swinging for you. Then you got Doors of Durin. So it's 3 and a Gruul. So red, green. Gruul. And so it's a legendary artifact. Whenever you attack, scry 2. Remember I was talking about the scry stuff? Then you may reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it on the battlefield tapped and attacking until your next turn. It gains trample if you control a dwarf, and hexproof if you control an elf.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That is nice.
So that's one of the good ones right there.
Speak, friend, and enter.
What's the elf word for? So that is it on our artifacts there. Whoops. should not be here. Here I am. So that's it on the artifacts. Just wanted to roll through those. Now, let's talk about a little bit of the removal that you'll need in here. So I definitely want to touch on removal. That's not fluff, in my opinion. You got to have this sorts of things to control the board a little bit, because you're going to be a target with this commander, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So what are we looking at, ladies?
We got swords to plowshares.
Yep.
Okay, cheap. 1, get to exile a target creature and its controller gains life equal to its power.
Yep.
So yeah, they're gaining life, but at the same time, you can destroy one of their exile.
Yeah, exile. That's the
Exile a
important
creature
thing. Yep.
with just 1 white mana.
Yep.
Then we've got a braid for 1 and a red. It's an instant speed. These are all instants, obviously.
Yeah. Some are sorceries. Not on this page, but yeah.
But you can choose between dealing 3 damage to a target creature, or you can destroy a target artifact. I will say this set, I feel like, has some really wild artifacts in it that do a lot of stuff. So having that ability to get rid of that artifact could really come in.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
For sure. And then, of course, we have Fateful Absence, 1 and a white, destroy target creature, planeswalker, and then its controller investigates.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of what I think is important. Like those are the highlight cards.
Basics.
I don't think I added it. Oh yeah, I did. Oh no. That's for a different one. You didn't see anything. It's a different movie, but so we got our quick removal tutorial there. I think we have a little bit of control that we have to put into this deck. I know. But you kind of have to here. So with that, we're looking at, so control obviously mostly is going to be blue. So Mystical Dispute, this is actually one of my favorite blue cards, believe it or not. Like, you know us, we're not big control players, but for 2 and a blue, you get to counter target spell, unless its controller pays 3. But here's the fun part: if the spell, if it's targeting a blue spell, it costs 2 less. So how I like to play Mystical Dispute is I'll cast a creature, and then I know that counter spell's coming, so I'll bait them into playing that counter spell, and then I'll just pay 1 mana and counter their counter. So
nice.
That's how I like to play it.
So protect.
It's a protect. Rewind. So 2 and 2 blue, you get to counter target spell and untap up to 4 lands. So essentially cast it for free. And then you got River's Rebuke.
Ooh.
You got to put this, if you have a blue deck, it has to be in there, if you ask me. And you know, it's the budget version of Cyclonic Rift, because obviously Cyclonic Rift's going to be like $50, but this one's only like, I think, like $1.
This card is so mean.
Yeah, so you only get to single target opponent, but still you return all of their non-land permanents to their hands for 4 and 2 blue, 6 total. I mean, you just got to.
You got to. Why not? Because why not?
Beat them at their own game, right? Get ahead of it. So you don't have to over control it. I know that some people in our Discord that will remain nameless would definitely control up this deck, but
we're not big control players. But we do respect it, and we do understand that sometimes
you gotta have it.
You gotta beat them at their own game just a smidge.
Just sometimes. So we got all of that going. Now we get into the fun stuff. So let's talk about the combos. Combos.
Do you remember those pretzel combo things?
I do. Those are delicious.
Do they exist anymore?
That is a great question. Y'all, in the Chizat or in the comments.
Or just Google it, you know.
Let us know if combos still exist. Are those still a thing? The pretzels with the fillings in them.
With the like the cheese.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about some combos. Lady C, let's take a look.
Of course. Our commander is a part of the combo, obviously. Yeah. So you got Aragorn. Then we have Arwen, of course, his lady love. For a green and a blue, whenever you scry, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Then you can pay 4 and then a green and a blue and scry 2.
Yep.
And then we've got the Doors of Doran again.
Yep.
So you use all of those together.
Nice and synergetic. So.
Very. Very crazy.
So essentially, you're guaranteed to scry 2 when you attack, right? And it doesn't say a certain creature when you attack, so it could be with anything, right? And so when you scry, you get to put that 1/1 counter on something, right? You're scrying 2, so you get to do 2 1/1 counters, right?
Yeah.
And then if you cast a blue spell, you're scrying 2 at any given moment too. So you're adding a lot of 1/1 counters, and you can force scry with the 6 mana ability or whatever, or the little activated ability of
just
Arwen.
Beef up all your creatures.
I mean, dare I call it Scryfall, but I love that combo.
Yeah.
So the other one too, that kind of, it's like a passive combo, but also just works in general. So you got Aragorn, right? Flowering of the White Tree. So just for 2 white, legendary creatures we control are going to get +2/+1 and have ward 1. And then non-legendary creatures we control just get a +1/+1 buff. So just having that out there in general, having everything pumped. But then we're going to have Aragorn and Arwen wed for 4 and a Selesnya, so 6 total for a 3/6 human elf noble. They hermaphrodited them together or something. Vigilance. So whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control, not target, and then you gain 1 life for each other creature you control. So having the ability to cast a white spell, create the tokens with Aragorn, and then having the passive pump from the Flowering of the White Tree, and then the active pump every time you attack with Aragorn and Arwen wed. So yeah, that's kind of what we're talking about there. So y'all let us.
I have to point out real quick.
Go for it.
The way you say Aragorn. So he says that like in a joking way, Aragorn, and now it is turned into how he actually says it.
Yep. It's because it just stuck.
Aragorn.
It's stuck. I'm sorry. So let's get into the meat and potatoes. And obviously, you're not always going to get to pull off your combo in every single game. So what's the synergy? How are we moving the game along just with the deck in general, right? So, Lady C, I want you to walk us through all of this synergy.
Oh, okay. So we got some Hobbit action, we got some elf action, and then we've got the human noble. So we'll start with Pippin.
I mean, this is for Frodo, just to point that out. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's in on the party, so.
Yes. So we got Pippin, Guard of the Citadel, for a white and a blue, 2/2 halfling, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
He has Vigilance in Ward 1. You can tap him, and then another target creature you control gains protection from the card type of your choice until end of turn. This is super awesome because, I mean, it's just, he's incredible. You just keep him there, and you can keep your
I mean, you just keep everything coming
safe.
through. Yep.
So then Arwen Mortal Queen, whenever she enters the battlefield with she enters the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it. Sorry about that.
No problem.
1, a green and a white. And then you can pay 1, you can remove an indestructible counter from Arwen, and another target creature gains indestructible until end of turn. And then you put a 1/1 counter and a lifelink counter on that creature, and a 1/1 counter and a lifelink counter on Arwen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Lots of stuff going on.
Nice. And then we have Faramir, Steward of Gondor. So, whenever a legendary creature with mana value 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you become the monarch. Oh, so we've got the monarch in this game.
It's made a return.
At the beginning of your end step, if you're the monarch, create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens.
Kind of a nice little passive ability,
for
right?
For 1 and a white and a blue. Well, plus having the monarch, don't you get to
draw extra cards?
Yep. So, I mean, that's a whole lot. I do want to point out, maybe I could be wrong, because I haven't read the books since high school, but Faramir's dad was the Steward of Gondor. Whenever Aragorn became king, they didn't have a steward anymore, unless that's something that was in the appendix.
Ooh, that's a good question. So let us know in the comments on that.
MTG, what's up? Is that an error or am I wrong? I could be wrong. I'm not saying, like I said, it's been a while since I've read the book.
Because Boromir and Faramir's dad was the steward.
Yeah. Denethor was his name?
I can't.
Denethor?
Because Gandhi always just refers to him as the steward.
I'm pretty sure it was Denethor. Yeah. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Denethor.
We could go down a LOTR rabbit hole for a long time.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments. So some more Galadriel. So for 1 and a Simic, you get to get a 3/3 elf noble. Whenever the ring tempts us, we can, if we choose a creature other than Galadriel as the ring bearer, we get to scry 3. There goes the scry again. Whenever you scry, you may reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card revealed that way, put it on the battlefield tapped. So, yas. And then we keep getting Aragorns to keep going on, and here's what we're talking about with the flaw here. King of Gondor. So we've now advanced all the way to Return of the King.
Steward.
So we have 1 and a blue, red, white. So 4 in total for a 4/4 human noble with vigilance and lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, we become the monarch. Whenever Aragorn attacks, up to 1 target creature can't block this turn. If you're the monarch, creatures can't block this turn.
Ooh.
That's just finish him. Yeah, that's super, like, that's incredible. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a good freaking ability. Then Elrond joins the party, Master of Healing, 2 and a Simic. You get a legendary elf noble 4/4, and whenever we scry, we're going to put a 1/1 counter on each of up to X target creatures, where X is the number of cards looked at while scrying. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, we get to draw a card. So pretty nice.
I really like all the different elements that this deck has with it. I feel like there's a whole bunch of different things going on, but they all work together. So it's not like you can really play this deck with really kind of it can suit whoever's playing it. You can do it. You can make your creature super beefy and play real Pound Town like we like to do.
We take everybody to Pound Town.
Yeah. And then I mean there's just other ways that you can do it. So I think it's neat.
Yeah, that's why whenever I saw it get spoiled, I was like, I think that's probably going to be my favorite commander. So, and we immediately bought it on the pre-order. Moving on. Lady C, what are we looking at?
We got Faramir, Prince of Ithilien.
Yes.
So it's 2 and a white and a blue. For a 3/3 human noble, at the beginning of your end step, choose an opponent. At the beginning of that player's next end step, you draw a card if they didn't attack you that turn. Otherwise, create 3/1/1 white human soldier creature tokens. That's a beautiful art card too.
It really is, and that's such a cool little ability there. You're either forcing them to attack you, or you get to make 3 tokens. And I mean, with the way that this deck pops off with everything.
And the way that you can bulk up your creatures. You do not want to
I don't want a whole bunch of them now. If I put out Flowering the White Tree and then there's some other cards.
The Arwen card.
Arwen. I mean, there's a lot of Aragorn and
himself.
And Arwen whenever you can attack and put 1/1 counters on everything. I mean, that's such a good card.
Then we have Gandalf, White Rider. For 3 and a white, you get a 3/3 Avatar Wizard with Vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. Scry 1. So, once again, you're pairing that scry with the other scry abilities.
And once again, that doesn't say just one spell. Like if I cast multiple spells, like that's where it gets crazy.
And then this is cool. Whenever Gandalf White Rider dies, you may put it into its owner's library 5th from the top. So you can get this puppy back.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Because I hate it when I have a really amazing card and it gets killed.
Yeah. I mean,
if you don't have anything to bring it back from the graveyard, it's just a big, huge bummer.
You should bring Gandhi right back into your library and bring him back in 5 turns. So...
Gimli!
Yes.
Counter of kills. 3 and a red. You get a 4/3 dwarf warrior with trample. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, Gimli, counter of kills, deals 1 damage to that creature's controller.
Finish him.
That's just, salt in the wound.
Extra little annoyance right in your face, essentially. Just
salt in the wound.
He's killing them, and he's like, he's pointing over to Legolas, hey, that's 2 already. And Legolas is on 17, so, I mean, we got 17 damage coming at somebody's face. So, anyway. Last little bit of some synergy. We got another Galadriel, the Gift Giver, actually. So 3 and 2 green for a 4/4 legendary elf noble. Lots of text here. Whenever she enters the battlefield or attacks, we get to choose 1. Put a 1/1 counter on another target creature, create a food token, or create a treasure. So lots of good options there, and really just wherever you're at in the game. Oh man, I need some life. Let me make a food. Oh, I need some mana. Let me create a treasure. Oh, I want to beef up my already beefed up army. I'm gonna put a 1/1 counter on something. So very good. Karlach has joined the battle. Y'all didn't know, but Lord of the Rings has a lot of Karlach in it. It doesn't, but Dungeons and Dragons, Lord of the Rings, essentially the same thing.
This
right?
card
I'm
just needed to be added in.
Yeah. So this is where it really pops off, because Karlach, Fury of Avernus, it's 4 and a red. It's for a 5/4 Tiefling Barbarian. And whenever we attack, if it's the first combat phase of this turn, we're going to untap all attacking creatures. They gain first strike until end of turn. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase.
Yowzers.
Oh, yeah. So, like I was saying, let's just let's remind everybody of the combo there. So Doors of Durin, if you got that out there, and then you have Karlach going on, you're gonna scry 2, put a creature out there tapped and attacking, and then you're gonna go back and do it all over again because you have Karlach for an additional combat phase.
Oof.
And then everything has first strike, and then you're talking about all the other freaking things that you can do, like the 1/1 counters and all that. Everything is just getting ridiculous. But let's move on to some synergy enchantments. Lady C.
War of the Last Alliance. So the first 2, you get to search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Nice. Give a little bit of power over what's going on.
Oh yeah, get to tutor a little bit. Yeah.
And then for the third part of the saga, creatures you control gain double strike until end of turn. And then the Ring Temp Shoe, which the Ring Temp Shoe is a pretty sweet mechanic.
Yeah, and we'll get into that a little bit more. I feel like that's a different podcast, because this one isn't totally built around the Ring Temp Shoe. So we'll get into that in a different one.
Still, it's fun though.
It is fun.
Then we got Cathar's Crusade, 3 and 2 white. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. That's nice. See, once again, we're building up. We like to build big old baddies.
Yeah, we like to go high and wide, essentially. Like our boards, they can get as big as your mom.
That's what she said.
Go ahead.
City on Fire. So 5 and 3 red. This has Convoke. And then if a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage instead. So it's expensive,
that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So triple damage on an already beefed up army. Yeah, that's pretty much curtains for the opponent. So let us know what you think.
Later.
Yeah, let us know what you think so far. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, helps us out a whole bunch. But here's the really fun part. The win conditions. So how do we win, right? I mean, there's lots of ways in this deck, but I just wanted to point out a couple of ones in particular. So the Overwhelming Stampede is one of my favorite cards in Magic, just in general, because, I mean, hello. It's 3 and a green, and then until end of turn, creatures you control gain trample, and they get +X/+X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So, yeah.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
And pairing that up with City on Fire, you can't. I mean,
that's insane.
That's it. You can't do anything about it. You'd have to have you'd have to have the biggest army known to man on your board in order to stop.
Wipe.
Or counter spell. I mean, that's about all that can save you there. If it resolves, if those two things are on there, it's over, right? Yeah. So that's what that's one of the main win cons. But let us know in the comments below win cons that you see in the deck that you would like to throw your little 2 cents in there. Also, the way that you're building it currently. Let us know, because I mean, obviously this isn't the
structure it anyway. That's what's so fun about
it's a very versatile deck, and you can do it kind of however you want. But that kind of segues right in to our last little segment. We want to hear from you. So like I was saying, in the comments below, just let us know how you're building it, what you think about the set so far. What's the best card? I mean, essentially whatever you want to throw in there. We want to hear from you down below. So
we're super excited about this Lord of the Rings set. It is so much fun.
Yeah, it was a long time coming. I remember when they first announced it.
It was like a long time ago, years ago.
We were like, this is going to be 2 years from now or whatever.
However
I remember
long it was. I know if it was a long time.
Man, they may have announced it even in 2020. We were just like it just felt like forever. So finally it's here. We have some of the cards that we want in our hands and in our possessions currently. Obviously, we want more. We want to spend thousands of dollars. And also in the comments, let us know if you've pulled the One Ring, right? Are you a millionaire yet? A millionaire! So, like I said, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Celestials. I am Strike-Our Lighthearted.
I am Lady Celestria.
Together we are Celestial Strike. We will see y'all on the next one. Take it sleazy.
Bye.
Peace.